The New York City subway to Coney Island opened in 1920.
For just a nickel, anyone could suddenly take the subway down to Coney Island and spend an afternoon.
The working people started coming. The prices were slashed on everything, and you paid with nickels. So it became known as the Nickel Empire.
The Nickel Empire was now the people's playground.
Coney Island was no longer just a place for people with money.
So many people came, they couldn't fit on the beach. So the city pumped in sand and created a bigger one. But getting to it was still nearly impossible.
It was a carpet of multicultural humanity.
So the city erected a boardwalk, and not just any old boardwalk. It was 80 feet wide and 3 miles long. Along that boardwalk, independent operators challenged the big parks with rides like the Thunderbolt.
Some of the most interesting roller coasters and rides at Coney Island were actually owned independently by entrepreneurs.
Coney Island is synonymous with the American dream. People come here from anywhere. They have a dream, they build that dream, they sell that dream.
A Romanian immigrant named Charles Herman patented an extreme version of George Ferris's wheel that would change Brooklyn forever.
It was a way of combining the Ferris wheel and a roller coaster.
The Wonder Wheel would be 15 stories high, weigh 200 tons, and include 16 giant spokes. The outside cars would swing lazily around the Great Circle, but the inside cars would swoop unexpectedly along an interior serpentine track.
And you feel like you're launched. I know people freak out, they feel like they're gonna shoot right off the side, but you don't.
And the sensation, if you could stomach it, was thrilling because it looks like you're about to swing out to sea.
Competition for the most thrilling ride heated up, but space on the small island was severely limited.
If there was a square inch of sand, somebody would claim it. If there was enough room to put in posts for a roller coaster track, they would exploit it.
So the lots for the rides were very long and narrow, which meant that a good roller coaster would have to have very tall hills and very tight turns.
Luna Park built high with a heart-dropping coaster called Mile Sky Chaser. Steeplechase countered with speed. To fit on their narrow lot, the limit flew around tight corners. And when there was no room at all, the Tornado went up the only place it could.
The Tornado, in its way, was a very stately-looking roller coaster because it was built on top of all these concessions. And it was beloved. And it had a tower through the middle of it. I mean, just hair-raising turns and drops.
But as the speed increased, so did the danger.
People would literally get flung off of roller coasters to their deaths. And the odd part about it was that the crowds who were waiting to ride the roller coaster would riot when the ride had to be shut down for half an hour to clean up the remains.
Gruesome? Sure. But people kept coming back for more. And the next coaster was about to blow the rest out of the water.
The Cyclone is the pinnacle of the golden age of the roller coaster.